Kaboom! My name is King Legacy, the 7-star general, the host of Yard Settings on Assassi Radio, an award winner as well, and an MC for Legacy Sound International. Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, tune into the lion voice, because time to tell our own story. So are you me, man? The lion coming on and boom and tell its own story. Africa and the world. Tune in, lion voice.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
So the Ga-Adangbe tribe trace our origins to the banks of the Nile.
Okay.
And the migratory stories that from the Egyptian area, they migrated through Ethiopia, through Nigeria, where there was a settlement in Ile-Ife in the Oyo state of Nigeria. And then from there, they moved through Benin, Togo, and ended up in Ghana. Now, the Ga-Adangbe migration is believed to be part of the bigger migration, which involved the Evers. You know, the Evers are very dominant in Benin and Togo. So the Ga-Adangbe stock moved, while the Evers remained in Keta, Aflao, and other coastal towns. The Ga-Adangbe people ended up on the Accra Plains. So from Adan, on the western banks of the river Volta, because the Volta enters the sea at Adan. That's where the estuary is. So on the eastern banks, you have the predominantly Ever stock, and then on the western bank, you have the Dangbes coming through the Ningos, and then ending in Accra, where the Gas are. You know, so that is about the Ga-Adangbe people and some of the great kings of yesteryears were King Taki, Ocansey, and some of them. Like I said, I grew up mainly in Labadi, and that's why I went to high school, St. Thomas Aquinas High School. And then I left Ghana at the age of 17 in 1981 and went to Nigeria.
Okay.
Because, you know, at that time we had the economic crisis in Ghana. So most young people wanted greener pastures, let me put it that way. And as an adventurous youth growing up in Labadi, excuse me, where a lot of the brothers and sisters were migrating to Nigeria, you know, I figured I could do the trot. So I went to Nigeria and I lived in Nigeria for close on nearly 3 years till the expulsion of Ghanaians from Nigeria in 1983. Kwame Sefakai, who they call Chairman General, is one of the leading morning show hosts in Ghana. Actually used to play Reggae Reasons on Radio Gold, I think around 95-ish, coming through to 97. Yeah.
Okay, so what year was the first reggae show established?
Private radio, I'll say like 95.
Okay.
But like I said, Samson Quain was playing reggae on state radio, 1 hour reggae show, before we, the private guys, came in here.
Yes. So what year did he start on the government radio?
I think it will be 93 or so. But when you talk to him, he will give you the. He's based in the US now, so
Okay, yes, yes, I definitely want to reason with him.
he was the original Kitiki man. Champion sound, come again. Dibby dibby sound, run away. Champion sound, come again. Dibby dibby sound, run away. On state radio and on state TV. I mean, Poncho was a pioneer. We appreciate the significance of our location. And that's one of the reasons why Ghana played an instrumental role in establishing the Rastafari Continental Council
Yes.
when we met in Shashamani. Because we appreciated the need for Rastafari to have a voice from Africa. And one of the things, let me just quickly say this, as a youth growing up and reading the Bible, I was excited to read that the patriarchs had poured libation on rocks. Now, as an African growing up and seeing my people do this, and Western thought had branded it as pagan and fetish, it was refreshing to read that Jacob did that, David did that, and there are various instances in the scriptures where it was done. So for I, the question has been, where does our traditional value systems, traditions and culture sit within this seemingly Judaic framework of Rastafari? And that's one of the reasons why the Rastafari Continental Council is seeking to align Rastafari with our traditional African values and systems. And it's an ongoing journey. You know what I mean? So for us in Ghana, these are exciting times, and we're looking forward to more engagement as we unravel the mysteries of Rastafari within an African ecosystem.
Okay. What are some of the countries involved in the Rastafari Continental Congress?
So here in West Africa, we have Guinea, we have Burkina Faso, we have Togo, we have Benin, and we have what you call it, Sierra Leone. And the youth in Liberia recently wrote to us that they wanted to come and study the works of the Rastafari Council here in Ghana. And then we have some representation in Senegal and Mali as well. Then in the Southern African part, we have Angola, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Rwanda, and Lesotho. Then in East Africa, we have Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia. Yeah. However, the levels of engagement vary from country to country. Yes, I left out Nigeria. The levels of engagement vary from country to country. And there's a lot of work we need to do to get the brethren and sisters operating on the same level of functionality. Yeah. So what it is Ghana's always had this welcoming vibe towards the diaspora. Like I said, Nkrumah hosted Padmore, Dubois, and other great diasporans here in Ghana. Before the states started giving citizenships, Nana Rita Mali had gotten a citizenship long time ago. Rawlings is the guy who brought Emancipation Day to Ghana. And then President Mahama in December of 2016, granted citizenship to, I think, 35 or so diasporas. That was the genesis. And then Nana Akufo-Addo thankfully continued the tradition. So Ghana's posture is Pan-African. It's unfortunate that President Nana Addo adopted an antagonistic stance towards our brothers in the Sahel, particularly Burkina Faso, where in a meeting in the White House, he alleged that Wagner operatives were working in Burkina Faso. And that is one of the reasons why Captain Traore took a certain posture towards Nana Addo, not Ghana, towards Nana Addo. Now, for students of history, they will remember Captain Thomas Sankara, who was a peer of Jerry Rawlings. Now, Traore is cast in the mold of a Sankara.
Yes.
So for those of us who lived with Jerry Rawlings and saw what he did with Sankara, we're very positive as to what Traore stands for. And if you check him personally, he's refused the salary of a president. He's still taking the meager salary of a captain. He doesn't travel with presidential luxurious vehicles. He's a down-to-earth man. The kind of agricultural transformations in their mining space and things. Traore is the future of, or leaders like Traore are the future of Africa. He's been bold to expel the French. He's been bold to call to order the multinationals that were exploiting the mineral resources of of Burkina Faso. So he's a hero. If you watch the video of the inauguration of President John Mahama, he received the largest cheers from the crowd. All right, so give thanks for this opportunity. Like I said earlier on, it's an honor and a privilege to be on the Lions Voice Network. The eye is also doing great works. I tell you that for a one to become a lawyer takes a lot of learning. And so you're actually a role model for many of the brothers and sisters. Now, what I like to say is just 2-3 things. The first one is that Rastafari has to do a lot of introspection. Christianity and Islam, Buddhism, and all these other faiths have been around some have been around for centuries, some have been around for thousands of years. So it's important that Rastafari looks at our future and what our future should be. If we don't do that, what will happen is there will be a lot of dilution of our faith and there will be a lot of confusion. So it's important that Rastafari use the various conferences that we hold to shape out what the future of Rastafari will have to be. The second one is that I told you earlier about the Rastafari Farmers Cooperative. We'll share some information with you that you can spread on your channels as to how someone would like to become a part of the Farmers Cooperative in terms of share acquisition.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Jano, I'm so hungry, bro. I haven't eaten all day. Like, my head started to hurt me too. Like, what more could I eat right now?
What about a city samosa? and get your samosa, a fusion of Indian, Jamaican, and African culture. City Samosas, the best samosas in the city.
Well, great is the Almighty, and greatly to be praised in the city of Haile Selassie I, the mountain of His holiness.
Yeah, from Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, you know, the whole entire continent.
Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, from Accra to Addis Ababa.
Yes, it's beautiful continent, better control, mama.
Very beautiful.
From Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile. From
I hear you call Mama Africa. Been so long since I seen Mama. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flaw. We gonna use solar energy, use sanitation to build the ecology. We utilizing green technology. We hailing Haile Selassie first without apology. And then we build the youth them economy. We dismantle Babylon monopoly. We teach the youth them how to live properly. Tell them make sure them got the title for them property.
yes, this beautiful continent, better control, mama. From Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile.
I love you, mama, your heart never harden. I wanna turn all your slums into garden. I wanna stop all of your youths from starving. I wanna stop all of your tribes from warring. So much to say, so many feelings. We both been hurt, we both need healing. Since the League of Nations you've been appealing. You stand up against them backdoor dealing.
What do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. Elect himself. First rightful ruler. Hey yo! Yeah. Hail them high, hail the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them come without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill. The lion will come conquer Judah tribe. Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come to tell them in a Toronto, straight at
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chatsmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I'm the host of the Lion Talk Show. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network, and welcome to the Lion Talk Show, where the lions are telling their own story. Today we have a very special guest. We are headed straight across the Atlantic to the gateway from Africa. this country has been in the news lately. Grant for 534 citizenships. Just inaugurated a new president, hosting Star of Africa, Ibrahim Traore. Big things happening on the continent, and I know that Rastafari must be there. So today we're gonna talk to one of the pillars of the Ghana Rastafari community, and he's a bridge, and I'm very honored to say that I know and I can call, and has done so much work. And this is a perfect entry point into our series in terms of more outreach for our family who live in Africa, but not just live there, but are indigenous in the sense that their ancestors never went through that journey, but they did endure colonialism. So one of the things that's happening is that we are sealing the breach. We are bringing together the two brothers, the two sisters that were separated, families that were separated in real time. And as Rastafari, I and I must be the tip of the spear of this movement that's happening. We're going to hear about that. We want to get into the history of Ghana. I then heard Dr. Kojo Opongwade, on the platform who, Black is Sound. I them have, heard other ones from Ghana, but this one is a special sick. I'm going to introduce a great man and give thanks for that. Before I get there, though, let me just big up the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up yourself. One of the fastest growing Rastafari independent non-aligned media and platform. We're witnessing something historic, and it's because of the IDEM. You know what I mean? And I give thanks. Many of the IDEM are on the continent. So, it's very special when I and I can share voices, the Lion voice, on the continent from a continental perspective. Because, again, this platform is to highlight I and I voice all around the earth, four corners. You know what I mean? Black, Pan-African, the root, preserve and protect the root, that the branches can be beautiful and the fruits, can be abundant. So big up the Lion Pride, big up the Lion Pride on Patreon, the economic engine. We are doing our 100 Lion Pride strong. So join us. We're building a creative ecosystem together. So I'm offering consultations, no additional cost when you join at the $10 level and above. And basically, we're helping people to put together the same infrastructure, the YouTube page, make sure you have your website, the this, the that, and just lay out the system so that it can be replicated. Very important right now for the family to be strong, and it's not important for one of I and I to be strong. Plenty must be strong. So join us with our 100 Lion Pride Strong campaign. Now, we also have to big up the Ubuntu Lion Pride. One-time contribution is also welcome, over $70 US, and you become a part of the Ubuntu. I am, because we are, collective security for surety. And then we also have the Action Lion Pride, because this is not an elitist movement. So if you don't have a penny, you can still like, comment, and share, and you're still valued and welcome here on the platform wherever you are, and we pray for the family that they can become, self-sufficient enough that they can support the media that they watch. No one is coming to save us, And then we big up the watch and peep. Big up yourself as you watch and peep. You know, we are now consistently over 50,000 views per month, and it's still rising. You know what I mean? So the watchers are watching, the peepers are peeping. You know what I mean? We don't hear from them, but we know they're there, and we give thanks for each and every one, and we pray that the people become a watcher, become an action lion pride, and evolve. You know, because it's not healthy to watch things that you don't full joy. You know what I mean? It's not healthy. So big up yourself. Big up Raslage, with me at King Design. Every time we see I and I sipping, you know, well, today I'm going to be sipping some tea. It's early in the rise here for the time gap, so you'll hear me sipping some tea. But we're, you know, I'm very excited about this one because this brethren is like a walking strawberry, you know what I mean? An archive of the history. So I'm very excited. So big up everyone that's making this possible, and big up all of the global family as we move on this journey. Please and thank you. Help I to welcome to the Lion Pride, to the Lion Voice Network, one of the great pioneers, the pioneers when the history of Rastafari and Ghana is written. This brethren name will be there. Welcome, Daddy Bosco, my brother, Rastafari, greetings. How is the eye?
Give thanks, Rasta. It's an honor and a privilege to be on the Lion's Voice Network. And give thanks to the helpful works the eye is doing. Rastafari.
All right. So, family, I want to just welcome the brethren, and I'm going to ask the eye to step into the iritical Lion Voice time machine and take us to the moment of the eye birth. You know, where was the eye born? Give us the eye origin story, and then your journey to Rastafari.
Okay, give thanks. So my name Ahuma Bosco Ocansey means I come from the Ocansey clan of Gadang. My parents, my dad is from Gadang, my mom is from Accra. And so I was born in Gadang, which is one of the towns of Greater Accra, in 1963. And we lived in Gadang for a while till my parents moved to La. I think they moved to La by 1967. I was around 4 years or so. And that's where I grew up. So I grew up in La, which at one time was called Abadi. That's the coastal part of Accra. And I lived in La till, yeah.
The family is Ga, from the Ga kingdom.
Ga-Adangbe.
Adangbe, okay.
Yeah, Ga-Adangbe.
Give us the history of the Ga and the Adangbe, because we're going deep. This is a professor of, you know,
all right,
of the Levity.
So the Ga-Adangbe tribe trace our origins to the banks of the Nile.
Okay.
And the migratory stories that from the Egyptian area, they migrated through Ethiopia, through Nigeria, where there was a settlement in Ile-Ife in the Oyo state of Nigeria. And then from there, they moved through Benin, Togo, and ended up in Ghana. Now, the Ga-Adangbe migration is believed to be part of the bigger migration, which involved the Evers. You know, the Evers are very dominant in Benin and Togo. So the Ga-Adangbe stock moved, while the Evers remained in Keta, Aflao, and other coastal towns. the Ga-Adangbe people ended up on the Accra Plains. So from Adan, on the western banks of the river Volta, because the Volta enters the sea at Adan. That's where the estuary is. So on the eastern banks, you have the predominantly Everstock, and then on the western bank, you have the Dangbes coming through the Ningos, and then ending in Accra, where the Gans are. You know, so that is about the Ga-Adangbe people and some of the great kings of yesteryears were King Taki, Ocansey, and some of them. And you know, Accra.
There's a Taki in Jamaica. Do I know about that history of Taki?
Yeah. So as a youth growing up and hearing those names, I could relate.
Okay.
Because these are Ghanaian names. And so I could appreciate the links between Ghana or the coast, or indeed the whole Africa and Jamaica, because slaves were taken not just from the Gold Coast, but from the slave coast, which is Nigeria. In Nigeria, there's a gate of no return in the port town of Badagry. So, you know, Accra also happens to be the capital of Ghana, and it became the capital when the British moved. They moved the capital from Cape Coast to Accra for a variety of reasons. So the Ghana people have had long historical links with colonialism and so forth and so on.
Well, great is the Almighty, and greatly to be praised in the city of Haile Selassie I, the mountain of His holiness.
Yeah, from Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, you know, the whole entire continent.
Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, from Accra to Addis Ababa.
Yes, it's beautiful continent, better control, mama.
Very beautiful.
From Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile. From
I hear you call Mama Africa. Been so long since I seen Mama. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flaw. We gonna use solar energy, use sanitation to build the ecology. We utilizing green technology. We hailing Haile Selassie first without apology. And then we build the youth them economy. We dismantle Babylon monopoly. We teach the youth them how to live properly. Tell them make sure them got the title fit them property.
yes, this beautiful continent, better control, mama. Cape to Cairo, from Timbuktu to the Nile, I smile for mama.
I love you, mama, your heart never harden. I wanna turn all your slums into garden. I wanna stop all of your youths from starving. I wanna stop all of your tribes from warring. So much to say, so many feelings. We both been hurt, we both need healing. Since the League of Nations you've been appealing. You stand up against them backdoor dealing. I hear you call Mama Africa. Been so long since I seen Mama. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flaw. Then I hear you call Mama Africa. Been so long in America. Father of Africa set the law. The lion come and dismantle Babylon flaw.
So be still, all enemies of Jah. Know that He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Lion Conqueror. And it was said of Ethiopia, the highest himself shall establish her. His majesty was born there.
And I know that I love you so. There's no place that I'd rather go. Tired of walking through slush and snow. Repatriation, that's a must I know.
Yes, into this beautiful